when there's 2 players, you each get 6 cards. If there's 1 player, that guy gets 8 cards. So since there's 2 of you, if somebody else joins the game, then everybody gets reduced down to 4 cards. But I am super happy, John, that Chris is playing today, because soloing when it's brand new GM, new campaign, new rule system, new everything, this is fucking rough.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It is. Even experienced players, there are like some people who are happy to solo, and other people who, even though they've played with me for years, they're like, no, can't do it.
Right. Yeah, well, I'm going to get the hang of this really quick, so this is going to be some fun stuff.
The system's easy to get a handle on. The plot, hopefully you'll never get a handle on it. Hopefully you'll always feel off balance and fucking full of anxiety. This is my goal as a GM. Chris, grab yourself 6 cards when you get done fucking around with Dropbox.
Now, like before, do I got to view these things and
yeah, look through your cards, see if you got any with the red shit on there, because those are play immediately.
What, the whole card will be red?
Pardon?
The whole card will be red?
Yeah, it just have a strip of color on it.
Okay, I got you. I see what you're saying.
But also, I would personally recommend telling Chris which cards you have, because while you're still getting used to the cards and shit, guys, he'll tell you this card sucks even though it looks good, or vice versa. Because some of the cards that don't look useful, very useful. Some of the cards that we're like, woo, not fucking useful.
Yeah. So can he see what? Oh no, I gotta tell him.
Yeah, you gotta tell him. Just tell him the title. You don't need to read it to him. He's been playing with these things long enough that he's got them all memorized and shit.
Okay, I have alertness. I have stealth. Linguist. Multitasking. Invasive spell. And trapping.
Okay. What is the spell one? What is that?
What does it read?
Yeah.
PC playing this can lower any NPC's magic resistance by -25 for the round, which is play at the beginning of the combat round.
Okay. And now I'm going to get a bunch of cards that will make sure that everything gets discarded. Let's see.
Yeah, John's cards are not fucking wonderful anyway, so that's cool.
Oh, I didn't get anything like that. I usually do.
Oh, yeah, some yin yangs and shit like that.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Where did we leave your character, Chris?
I was in Melvix, I believe.
Yeah, great. Let's go ahead and start off in Melwick. So pull up your Melwick's map, John.
Okay.
Yeah. This puts you in, I believe, a new area because Alex Kinley won't go to Genovia for some reason. Who knows why?
Oh, no, wait.
No?
That's where I was.
Did you go back to school?
We were in Genovia. Well, wait. Melvix is where the princess was, right?
Melwix is in Genovia, yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's where we were because he had just gotten done.
Oh, that's right. You disappeared.
Waking her up.
And shit. Yeah. Waking her up. Very good. Yes.
Yes, I knew better than to stick around for that, for the aftermath.
No problem. Don't you guys have lodging at just a hotel that's not listed on the map?
I think so.
Yeah. Just so you know, John, not everything is listed on the map. I didn't fucking list off every hotel and shoeshiner and stuff. This is just the more interesting shit that's on the map.
How dare you, Logan?
I know. Can you imagine how fucking complicated the map would be if I listed everything? It's already, the players are bugging their eyes when they first look at the fucking maps.
I'm going to have to... one second.
Just so you know, John, there's a certain amount of stuff, say 30 to 40%, that's not on your map that you have to actually go and find on the map. In addition to what you guys are seeing on the map, if you choose to leave the town, then there are outdoor maps and stuff like that. Although the players don't get a copy of those, they are much more basic than the city map. So you're not going to get lost like the dreaded sewers of disappointment, as they've been dubbed. Oh yeah, Chris, they went. One of the groups went back into the sewers and was poking around, and I was like, "Really? You want to go back to the sewers of disappointment?" They're like, "Oh yeah." They were disappointed.
I mean, the name in itself should specify.
Well, that name was given to him by Russ, who actually has special sewer magic. He is actually the Mac Daddy of the sewers, and he calls them that. So sad. But yeah. So, all right. Anyway, do you remember which district you guys were in, Chris? Or
I want to say that we were north. We were in a decent area because we didn't want to get fucked with anymore.
why don't we put you near Triumph Plaza, a great place to watch multiple hanging? How's that?
Oh, that sounds fabulous, actually. It actually sounds like somewhere the doc would go.
Oh, yeah. Who were you sharing the hotel with? Was it
I was with
Matt or?
Yeah, Alex and God damn, I keep forgetting his name. Pete's character.
Joshua.
Yeah.
Okay. Doc and Alex and Joshua. Hotel.
New season, new notebook. Oh.
Oh, you might. Could you do me a favor, Chris, and hold up and display for John how many notes you've made in the previous?
Nice. So I got to get me a secretary.
He's still going.
I feel that's why I didn't. I filled the notebook, so that's why I needed to get a new one.
Damn.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Cool. So you guys are near Triumph Plaza. You got your hotel for a little bit longer. You bought it for like a month or longer?
Yeah.
Month? You've probably got another week or so left on it.
Okay.
If you'd like to give them a bunch more money, you can reserve it for longer.
Well, thankfully, I didn't have any of the money. That was not my job. And so that means that we're almost out of here because I have no cash.
Nice. Nice.
Okay.
But your new buddy is in he's hanging out in Joshua's room and stuff like that now. So yeah. And you know that this other guy that I don't think you've met before is your buddy, but you can't remember his name. So you've got that same buddy connection, John, that you had before with the other guys. But this is a new buddy. And you're in a new... John, can you hear me okay? I think John may have frozen up. John! I will relink the hangout. I suspect he may have died online. John, I think you froze. Hooray! The challenge with the new players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is his first game today, or?
No, he went through another game. He was with Russ and Jeremy, I think, for his first game.
Ah, okay.
So Yeah, unfortunately, we're still trying to get the D&D out of them. They were like, we need guns, lots of guns. I was like, oh dear.
That's how most are. Very few get the, if you're in combat, you're probably doing it wrong. Now, eventually combat is okay, but it's not where you
Well,
belong.
the problem with that I believe D&D and other games with experience points like that have done for uh, the disservice they've done to the gamers when everything is worth XP and you get more powerful from getting more XP, then killing everything to get more powerful is just natural.
Yeah.
Guys, it's easier to compute than are you making a good story? Wow, his computer or internet seems to have completely died. See if he sent me anything on Facebook. Internet went out. Stand by. Link him to Google Hangouts.
That's the one thing about I'm playing with Seth on Monday nights. We're doing what is it?
Can you move your camera up just a wee bit?
We're playing first edition, I think.
Okay.
Like old school. It's fun, but like Brian and there's one other guy. I don't remember who. I can't Brian Slocum that plays.
Yeah.
And there's another guy that used to play Nero like a long time ago, so you probably don't remember him because I actually don't remember him. And he actually has good like they play like we play more. And the other guys are all about, we need to loot every little piece of treasure and bring it with us. And I'm just like, I don't care about 80 suits of splint mail. I'm not carrying all that shit for the 2 gold I'm going to get for it, maybe. Fuck that.
Right.
And they're like, well, what the hell? No, stop it.
Well, it's fine because Seth was advertising on one of the Facebook groups. He's like, I need a morning game. And I was like, I got a game. He's like, is it in the morning? I was like, yes. Tumbleweed blowing by. I was like, yeah, okay, fuck you then. Okay. Well,
if he does have like Comcast, it does take a couple minutes to fucking have that shit come through now.
I'm happy to just have him join you in media res because, by God, this campaign supports him just appearing next to you walking down the street. Oh, he's typing some shit. Slowly. I do like being able to type at a fairly decent speed. Oh, he's restarting. Restarting his laptop. John is not great on computers. But yeah, I put it to him in cop analogy. I said, you're the rookie in with the experienced guy, because that's what he does for a living. So I figured it was a remarkably great analogy. I said, just attach yourself to Chris and go where he wants to go and shit. So it's pretty much going to be up to you to, because he knows that there's multiple zones. I'm not sure which all ones he's been to or gotten drugged to or through, but I think it'd be a better idea than asking him, what do you want to do, to just go, oh, by the way, oh wait, no, that's not yet. Never mind. So there you go. So whatever you want to do, there's tons of shit and all that stuff. There's exploration, there's mission givers, there's other zones, there's whatever the fuck. Now, because I think it'll be a slow and painful and possibly ultimately futile process, resolving the high-level diplomatic shit is a prestige mod. There are other prestige mods and shit if you find them, of course. But I don't know if that'd be a good one for right now with the brand new dude. That'd be a better for a dream team type thing if you get to it or whatever.
You mean dealing with the fallout at the palace type thing?
Yeah. In fact, your name by association is, well, it's not as mud as Alex Kinley's, obviously, but you still have some guilt by association. So you definitely, I mean, I'm not, you're not going to get killed on site or imprisoned on site, but the zone is a little bit hot for you right now, or at least this town within the zone. So just so you know, Doc definitely has that fucking opinion. Assuming that all the courtiers and stuff like that, it could very easily turn into Game of Thrones up in this bitch.
Oh, so this is exactly the place I want to be, but not with a newbie.
Yeah.
But then again, see, now this
yeah.
Like, Pete is good with this. However, there's another certain person. See, Alex would just make it awful. He always does.
Oh yeah. He'll be. You'll like calm down the king and the queen, and you'll be like, "Let's go see your daughter to see what's going." And you'll open up the door, and she'll be on Alex, and you'll be like, "Let us not open the door now." Hey, he's back.
I got you guys. I had to download Google app or just Hangout on my phone, so I'm on my phone right now.
Until you sound a lot different. Yeah. Okay, so you're waiting for your house internet to come back?
Yeah, I went upstairs and I had to reboot my my router.
Wow.
I got Verizon Fios, and I guess today it's gonna suck ass.
Okay. Well, you're doing what you can, so we'll go with that for now.
I'm improvising.
Yeah, good. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Oh, yes, we are familiar with this. Go ahead. I'm not sure how you're going to get on to roll 20.
No. I'm actually clicking on my browser now, see what happens. This is unreal.
I was going to say, if worse comes to worse, say, Chris, roll for me.
Yeah, I don't have no problem with that.
Cool. All right, so you guys are hanging out in a hotel. You've just met each other. Could you give John a very brief description, like a sentence or two, of what your guy looks like? You are an adult, but both of you have no hair to speak of, or very short cropped hair at this point.
Yeah, very short hair currently. Decent looking guy, I guess. Kind of muscular now.
Okay.
I always seem to be pulling out a golf club, looking at it, swinging it a couple times, like
nice.
On the ground, lining up a shot that doesn't exist, and then putting it back away, looking a little bit better about life.
Trying to, my Google stinks. Here we go.
I was going to say, is your laptop working again?
Yep.
Nice. If you want to switch back to that, that's fine.
Yes.
No worries. It's a hard road to hoe sometimes, but we'll get through it, by God.
Scusi.
All right.
Hooray.
Let's do this.
Okay. So, could you describe your character very briefly, John?
Outdoorsman kind of type, rugged beard. Kind of, if you guys saw my picture on the when I put up on your guys.
Oh yeah. So he looks like a survivalist dude.
Yes.
Great.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, although his beard's currently like shorter than mine because all your hair went off when you went to school, and then now it's growing back in and stuff.
I get educated.
It's like a free shave and haircut.
Nice.
Yeah.
Free
So
cost.
the town that you are in, you can look out from the hotel room. Nobody's bothered to leave the hotel yet. It's kind of a cross between medieval Tudor architecture and Old West. There are people who, it seems like everybody has a knife with about a blade this long stuck in their belt. If they carry weapons, then they are peace bonded, meaning wrapped up with a cord and with a wax seal on it and stuff. So if you take out your gun, then you have to cut through all the fucking cords and everything and then pull it out, making it a pain in the ass. If you want to kill somebody, you gotta fucking just start working on cutting your weapon out. And the weapons that they seem to have are around 1880s cowboy type weapons.
Revolvers and stuff.
Pardon?
Like revolvers?
Yeah, big time. There are no semi-automatics yet. The closest they've got is the Gatling gun, but nobody has any of those around here. So that's kind of the weird tech level that they're at. They do have it's the feeling though is more like being in London during cowboy days than being in the U.S. during cowboy days, if that makes sense.
I go with the flow.
Yeah, so there's handsome cabs and stuff like that in the streets. So there you go.
And we're so I'm with Chris's character right now.
Yeah. I don't know if he's told you his name yet, but you've gotten to see him, and he's playing with his putter.
Which one?
Not that one.
No, he actually has like a collapsible putter for some reason.
Yo, what's up, man? How you been?
I've been okay.
I'm Tommy. You call me Tom.
Tom. All right, Tom. Call me Doc.
What's going on, Doc?
There are guards and such moving around, like as though they're looking for something or someone, going through the streets and stuff. Also, there's it's morning right now, and there's a group of people that are like going down the street, and others are going in with them, and they're all singing some sort of song about defiance and loot as they march through the street. And the song seems to be about gathering Chris, and all of the people are dressed like I'm going to go hike around in nature, and I've got a big bag type thing. So
we should probably stay here till nightfall and then go out.
So they're saying you meant Chris as in Doc. Doc's looking for him? You said Chris.
Oh, sorry, Doc. Well, I didn't say who the guards were looking for, but they're looking for someone.
Okay.
Probably him, just because that's the kind of people you hang out with.
Nice.
Definitely think that we need to stick around in here until... Are they doing door-to-door searches?
Oh, I would call it yes. Yes, definitely.
Okay, so we need to leave then. Fuck. Okay. I go back, collect all my stuff, which isn't much, and all right, so what kind of search pattern are they using?
It doesn't look like they're doing it very well. Pretty much when they get to a new building, they're a couple down, because you noticed because the window was open, and Tom was curious about what was outside because he heard horses and shit and didn't know where he was. And so he bothered to look, and then you looked. It looks like first they pull up in front of a building, then they send a couple guys around back, and then they knock on the door and demand entry in the name of the king, and then they're let in quickly, and then they leave like one or two guys out front, and presumably they're searching it within, but they don't have enough to really efficiently surround a building and shit. So the sides are definitely not a problem. Pretty much, if you were to leave now and go out the back or whatever, you could probably elude them without even making any rolls. They're a couple buildings away.
I like that. Let's do that. We should go now.
Where to? It is not difficult to get out.
Hold on, I am opening up my map. Well, we go out the back for sure.
No problem. As you go out the back, you see people being handed flyers also, and somebody's wanting to hand you one. It looks like they were printed. It smells like they were printed recently. Give me smell rolls just for fun. Maybe you'll get a check.
All right. That's under that listen thing, correct? Or that,
yeah. Always click the dice button first, and then
look later,
because it will save you time.
All right.
It smells like something.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Hold on, I might have made that.
It's never good to get your smell roll in this world.
It's under the spot hidden, John.
Okay.
All the senses are kind of clustered together.
No, I didn't make it.
Great. It definitely has a unique kind of smell, and it is a little bit wet. It seems to be a wood cut pitcher. Actually, I think both of you guys recognize the person is Alex Kinley, and it says wanted for questioning, and it does have a reward listed of like 100 gold or something. Alive. It does specify alive as well. So, yeah.
Alex Kinley.
Have you met Alex Kinley?
No.
Oh, well, then you don't know who it is. Some guy.
That's why I turned around to Doc and I'm like, who's this guy?
Doc seems interested in leaving a lot.
Oh.
Like, we should go. Where are you heading to, Doc? Tell me on the map where you go. Where are you going?
Well, let's see. God damn it, I keep closing it and it keeps going away.
I do have navigation to land, so if we,
Oh, there it is.
Looking for somewhere specific, Doc? I mean,
well, navigation land will help you get to where you've been before, or if north exists in this world, you can orient to it. That's a problem with planes traveling. It's like, is there a north? I don't know. Is there a sun? I don't know. Does the sun rise in the west? Maybe.
Look,
but, yeah.
We're going to go to I'm trying to think of what I want to go do is what it really comes down to.
You guys take a walk while you're doing that rather than waiting for the guards to roll up. A lot of plumage and stuff on the guards, by the way. These guys are dressed like warfare with rifles is a fairly recent thing, and we haven't really figured out the whole camouflage thing yet. Let's wear bright colors and maybe form a line when we fight, so everybody can have their shot at somebody else. Yeah.
Oh, God. I'm getting too old to be sitting down.
More pillows for you.
Yeah, right. Holy cow. All right.
Sorry, I'm trying to think about because there's not a whole lot actually. Let's go. We're going to go to Clem's.
All righty, no problem. You guys roll over to the barber shop. On the way, you have a random encounter. Because I'm not a fucking hack, I figured them out in advance. You get to hear some guy arguing with / pleading with his father. Kid, but I love her. His father, nobody in the family is even gifted. It's a debt or higher for you, Sorrel, me boy. But I love her. And her family, what do? Have a partial interest in the clacks? No, what sort of job is that? Not even enough for a good dowry to take her off their hands. But Dad... Cut to, you guys reach Clem's. I think you've seen it Clem's before, John. The barber shop with the guy with the mutton chop sideburns.
No, I wasn't there yet.
Yeah, right. He takes you to a barber shop because when the guards are looking for you, it's time to get a shave and a haircut, even though you guys have really short hair already. You're not sure what's up with him. He may be crazy.
They didn't specify me by any chance, or not, right? So, do I need anything to worry about?
Well, now that you're with me, probably. So
okay.
Let's continue on.
No problem. When you guys walk into the Clem's, the guy goes, "Morning. What can I do you for?"
I ain't tight.
Yes, sir. He fluffs out the thing. The doc is looking at you like, it gives you Clem begins shaving around the sides of his head because he doesn't need to really cut off much hair. So you are now getting a high and tight.
Nice.
He says, "Shave?"
What, now, sure, hold on. Before, no.
I'm looking at Doc like, you know something I don't?
Yeah, I get down and I go, yeah, I'd like a shave too. Hot towel. And I'd like to go back to magic school.
Shadow Academy?
Shadow Academy. That's where we want to go.
Yes, sir. Right. He gets some hot towels and he puts them over your face so it completely covers your face. And he goes, "I'm sorry, I don't understand." And he takes them off. You're still here.
What?
Shave? He says to...
No.
Okay.
Right. So that's the only way to get back in there. That sucks.
Doc, I have no idea what's going on, dude. You got some explanations to do.
Shave? He says to you.
But see, this guy is a construct, so don't worry about him. He's not real. Come here. Get off the chair, because if you say something weird and he puts a hot towel on, who knows where you're going to go, and that's no good for either of us.
Shave?
Huh.
Do you know how to... He's not even charging it. This is great.
Do you know how to use a small boat?
Yes, I do.
Oh, excellent. Come with me.
Let me just read it. Yep. Now, on your thing when I was reading your guys' skills, boating, it had the opening. It said unpowered human. Is that the same category?
There's you have to be specific with the kind of boating. Could be like sailing a pirate ship. Could be rowing, like or could be oar driven. Could be sail driven. Could be gondola.
Yeah, when I was going through your guy, the nomenclature of the stuff, that's kind of what I was aiming for, like a small pontoon motor or row, all that kind of. Or it's got to be specific.
Which do you want? Do you want it rowed or pulled or sailed? Because they're all very different in how you do it.
Row's fine.
Row? Make a note. Road. Boating. Road. Yes. This seems to make Doc very happy for some reason.
Well, I mean, outdoorsman kind of guy.
Yeah. Yeah. An outdoorsman is actually a really useful character for a lot of shit. And because of the way the campaign world works and the system and stuff, you may end up doing shit later that has no bearing to your character concept at all. You may become a vampire lord in a fucking space station for all you know. There's just no power.
Doesn't, yeah.
but the outdoor skills generally are useful everywhere. So, no problem. Doc, where do you want to take him?
We're going to go down to the river, and then we're going to get onto the boat.
I was going to say it's a gondola.
Okay.
Unless you want to go steal some oars or whatever.
I will go and take some oars if I need to. Hell, I'll take a rowboat.
Actually, you could either try to steal a rowboat off the beach, or you could probably buy one fairly cheaply.
I asked someone how much for their rowboat.
Do you have any money?
No.
He says a price that exceeds the amount of money you have.
Oh, whatever. I'm wanted anyway. I'm a wanted fugitive. I'm taking your boat. Thank you.
Okay.
You can have the gondola over there. I'll trade you.
Give me a bargain or barter roll. If you can make that, he will flat out trade you the rowboat for the gondola. Piss off, he says. Leave my boat alone.
Hey, do you have any ailments? I'm a doctor. I can fix you up.
Give me a luck roll. Lower is better.
I made my luck, but I didn't make it by anything special.
Yeah, not enough for a whole boat, he says.
I got a bargain skill. I can do a roll.
Well, unfortunately, he's already turned him down. If you've got something else that you want to try to trade him or whatever for his boat, then But otherwise, you're just bringing up the same thing he already said no to.
I'm gonna have my knife.
Is your knife special at all? Does it do anything neat, or is it just a fucking knife?
No, it's the knife that everybody has on them.
He glares at you. By the way, while you guys are closer up to the stuff, you do notice that the knives all have different designs and stuff on the pommels. Like not the leather grip, but the actual pommel on the end. All of them have a very different, intricate type of design for some reason. The guy instructs you to fuck off. He looks like just a normal guy.
I show him my extendo putter.
He says, I use this boat for fishing.
You can use the gondola for fishing too. Do you have any oars?
I go. You want to trade oars for what? What have you got to trade? Your weird stick with a another bend on the end? Your metal stick?
Yes.
Dude, you're being real original.
He says, look, if you need money, why not go to the Citizens Advice Bureau and get a job? Jobs are plentiful here. We just don't have enough people do all the jobs that we've got.
Because I gotta go. I need to leave.
He glares at you. He doesn't seem to think this is his problem, but
no, it's not. All right, let's get in the gondola. Let's see if you can make this thing go. Let's go.
Right. This is not your boating that you have specified, so you'll be learning a new kind of boating. However, John, if you can sing in Italian and then make an Italian roll and a singing roll, both of those can help support your gondola skill if you want.
Yeah, right.
So give me a gondola roll as the doc expects you to be able to use a totally unsuitable boat thing to go into some kind of old broken down tunnel that has a warning, unstable tunnel, danger of collapse sign outside of it.
16. I think that might be doable.
I don't know what you learned.
What's your learn?
Oh, my learn's a 13.
Oh, not quite. Damn
close.
If you had only been able to sing in Italian, that would have made it. No problem. You're just kind of pulling in circles right now. You're not capsizing it or anything like that, but yeah.
It was kind of like I almost had the hang of it, but was that enough for like a kind of a wing it?
Not really. You're damn close though. You're damn close. You're just having trouble because the problem is that the tunnel is kind of narrow, which is probably why they're using a poling boat rather than a oar boat, because there's not really much room for the sweep of the oars, but there's nowhere to walk on the sides of the tunnel. It goes straight into the water. There's
what if
no
we use our arms?
just a paddle madly. Yes, yeah. With that roll, sure. You guys both, you set down the pole in the boat and you both paddle madly like freaks, hoping there's nothing poisonous or nasty in the water to bite off your hands. But eventually you get through there and you end up somewhere else. We are now going to a different map because life is more fun when you're able to just keep flipping to different zones all the fucking time. Yeah, I have no idea why Chris is bringing you here, but it should be fun to find out. So, you guys are now in the Shadow Academy, and you go through the darkness. There are lanterns on the boat in the front and back that you can light, or fore and aft if you want to get nautical. You pull up to a boat dock, tie off the boat. It comes into a big cavernous cave type, weird, creepy Phantom of the Opera hideout. You can hear distant bad singing and stuff, and there's a whole bunch of treasure, but it's all cheap stage props, but it looks good from a distance. And there's also a hidden tunnel out of here, or a tunnel out of here. You hear the teacher Nigel saying, "Your singing makes me want to weep, then die." You, miss, you are asymmetrical. You smell. If there is a key that you have just invented, it is dreadful. I'm happy your parents are both dead and don't have to listen to it. They are too. And you hear some girl crying.
Excellent. So we need to get him sorted. So I go to where the hat is?
Oh, no. There is no sorting hat.
Or whatever, the sorting area. No, that's right. The fucking, you know what I mean, Logan. The fucking stump or whatever.
Yeah, you don't know where they keep that.
Is there any correlation to what we heard that dude saying and what Nigel was just singing with this girl?
How do you mean?
We were at the other place. The kid was crying about some kind of girl that they took.
Oh,
Nigel's,
yeah. No, it seems to be a totally different thing.
Okay.
This is like a much younger girl. If that guy was trying to marry this girl, he's not a nice man. So, you want to take him out of here, Chris?
Yes.
On your map, you guys emerge through the backstage theater area and then go into theater corridors, stagecraft corridor, some stairs, and then into the Arthur P. Wimple corridor. And are you taking him? Oh, and to the Great Hall, where he looks around for these stump things, fails to see them, and becomes irritated.
Okay.
There's various elves with their shackles and collars that look at you guys with extreme hatred and continue claiming and such.
I go up to one of the instructors and say, oh, hold on.
If you have bad shit happening at your house, Chris, just say, uh-huh.
No, I have bad shit happening in my insides. I'm trying to get him so he, like, I go up to a teacher and say, he needs to get sorted. And then because I'm going to go run to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Oh, right. The teacher figures out you've already been sorted. You're in house Bobcat, he says, after checking your arm and doing some mystical pass with his hand.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
You're in house Bobcat. I'm not sure what this other student is babbling about. By the way, you are, just so you know, in this area, as soon as you went through and were tying up the boat, you became like 11 years old again.
Again.
Yeah. You started here before. This
So
is
I
where
recognize your place.
Oh yeah, you're back in school. He took you to school again. You were an adult in some other town. Then he took you through that weird tunnel. Now you're back in school again.
So when this happens to me, consider I'm a new character. Like, how do I perceive all this stuff? What's going on?
It's confusing as shit, and you would love to have, because that doc guy, nobody else seems to know anything about this except the doc guy who's dealing with it second nature. Might be good to get him alone and demand some answers out of him. Up to you on how you proceed on that.
Now, I don't even know you were talking about money and this and that. I mean, I'm assuming I start with nothing, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So how will we go about getting a loan? Like, is that something I can just go into some whatever this error bank there and try to get a loan? Is that what you're saying?
You have no idea how to get money. That's another good thing to ask the doc guy as soon as Chris gets back from whatever horrible thing is happening to him right now in the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm on this diet, 1,800 calories from my doctor, and I drink water, my protein, so I have a tendency of going to the bathroom myself.
Don't say anything you don't want on the recording. Not everything is professionally edited.
Nah.
I'm going to be right back, too, because I want to go to the restroom, too. Take a quick break. Be right back. Doc, after the teacher checked your buddy's arm and said he's a... And then he's like, what about money? So.
Okay. So that's, got it. Okay.
And also, Doc, give me an empathy roll. Just Doc here, because he's doing it on Tom. Tom does not look at all surprised to be a kid.
Okay.
So there you go. Enjoy.
Have you been here before?
Yeah.
No?
Kind of
like
yeah.
Right.
I'm kind of confused, but yeah, it's just it's jostles my memory.
Right. Girl with greasy skin walks up to you guys. She goes, "Am I supposed to give you this?" She holds up a sheath of papers.
Yes.
She hands you a sheath of papers and goes, "Hurry the fuck up," and leaves.
I look at the papers.
What a nice girl. You don't remember her being quite that foul-mouthed, but, you know, apparently these things are happening. The papers themselves are... here. In the Roll20. You guys take a seat in the Great Hall to be able to check them out. People are pretty much ignoring you, but in the standing board, House Bobcat is so low, it may never get even into fucking fourth place.
Why am I not seeing this paper? I got to click on that link or something?
Yeah, or copy paste it into your bar, and then it'll take you to Google Docs, because this is not something the GM developed. This is something one of the other players is sending to you guys.
Interesting. I can see this too as Doc reading this, correct? Or
yeah, you just read over his shoulder like, haha, lurking.
I tell Doc about.
Go ahead.
I remember about that guy who was that bound man that was in this zone.
Go ahead. He may not know anything about it. You actually have to tell them because you weren't together at the time.
Yo, Doc, man, this whole thing about this Joyce Bond guy. When I was here before, he's like suspended in the air, wrapped in floating with chains and ropes, and we tried to get him down, but we couldn't. Matter of fact, I threw up all over the place. And I chuckled. They were shooting at us here and everything, man. It was crazy.
Where was this?
If I recognize where I'm at, I would probably.
You're in the Great Hall right now.
Oh, this is outside, man. We had to go through this wooded area, which was creepy as shit.
Ah, we have to go through the forest, which we're not allowed to go through.
Yeah, that's where we were getting shot at and stuff.
Were you getting shot at by what?
These spider-looking creatures. Scared the shit out of one of us. Do I know what the name of these creatures are called, or I just describe them?
Describe them however you want, sir. Please,
yeah,
role play.
It's like a half spider, half person.
Oh,
Big.
okay.
There was cobwebs or spider webs up in the trees, and you know. And then at the end of this thing, we were at a lake that kind of mirrored us, and this dude was just like hanging, suspended in midair. Tried to get him down, but couldn't do it. Something I've never seen before. Crazy.
All right, hold on.
Take a card, John, for a briefing. Wasn't quite a Yana briefing, but it wasn't quite a detailed, exacting briefing. So you get one card. Have fun. Oh, yeah. You'll know you've lived once you've heard a Yana briefing.
Except I watched some of you guys' episodes, so let's see what we got here.
Yeah, whenever you get a new card, first step is there a strip of color on it for a play immediately.
Right.
Also, you then discard a card. Now, if it is a play immediately, then you're going to end up with one less card than you started with. So in your case right now, you'd end up with 5 cards if you got to play immediately, because gaining a card forces you to discard a card. And then if that card's a play immediately, it also goes away or whatever.
Which one do you think I should discard, Chris? That wouldn't be that much useful.
What? Probably like a specific plus card that's like of a silly skill that you don't think you're going to use. Or you can just tell me what cards you have again, and I'll tell you which ones are junk.
Alertness, stealth, +20, linguist.
Which linguist card is that? Could you read that card?
Absolutely. +5% to any one language skill permanently. Play as desired.
You want to, as soon as you get discard a card, you want to play that bitch, because that is a permanent skill increase card.
Yes, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I could have probably used that on that Sing Italian, huh?
Montebello.
Multitasking.
At your skill level, I'd probably toss multitasking.
Okay.
Because that'd mean that you suck really bad at 2 different things. What else do you have? I'm giving Chris a chance to read the notes because I know that's what he's doing right now.
I just tossed the multitasking one, but I had the invasive spell.
Invasive spell will not come up. Your if you need to discard an R card, I'd probably check with Chris. Like, on a lot of cards, it's a good idea to go, hey, I'm going to discard an invasive spell. For example, Chris might go, no, I need that because I'm going to cast a spell on some guy or whatever. So, because card play is definitely a team sport, and the better you get at it, the more so it is.
The one I just picked up was Limited Retrieve.
That's a sexy card. Did you see Chris's eyebrows go up? That's a sexy card.
That's a good card. I'd get rid of probably the stealth just because it's.
Oh, he already got rid of one, but the stealth. If you're going to do what I think you're going to do, the stealth may be useful to keep.
Here anyway.
Where did you discard your card to, sir? I do not see it.
I just put it. I just put it on your this discard pile thing. It's
oh, you set it on the discard thing?
I just put. I was never specified on how to discard, so I just put it. It's
You didn't put it back on the pile, did you?
No.
Okay. Yeah, there's above the picture of the tomato truck, it says discard pile. I just click and drag them up there. That way, if there's other cards that allow you to dig shit out of the discard pile, so somebody else may need to do that in the future.
Yeah, I was unaware of that.
No worries. The tomato truck is a wonderful thing. So, Doc Fulton seems to be engrossed in these notes. It seems that the notes are from Joshua McKay, who I don't know if you met Joshua McKay.
No.
No? Some other fucker you've never heard of. Apparently, everything going on in this world is either shit you've never heard of, things you don't know about, all that shit. But in the good news, it doesn't seem like this Doc person is any less confused than you are. So, happy days. Everybody's confused.
Happy days are here again.
Did you guys just lose all your cards for some reason?
No, I just put that one card in there.
Yeah.
Let me see.
No, I got. Oh wait, why don't? Where's
I
my
don't
cards?
see any cards. I do not know.
Yeah, I don't have that number above my picture.
That's not a good sign. I'm going to try refreshing mine and see what happens.
That damn tomato truck.
Yeah, still don't see anything. Let me right, well, your cards weren't all that great anyway. Let me go ahead and take new cards. Fuck it. I don't know what happened, but there you go. You get new cards. Have fun.
How many we draw? 6?
Yes, sir. So once again, check for the color and go from there. But yeah, anything that adds permanent skill, it's a good idea to not only use it right away, but let your teammates know you're using it right away, because they may have a card to get it back and then use it themselves.
Okay.
Oh, and there will be some cards marked like prestige only, shit like that. Just ask about them if you get them.
Is that just one of your cards you put up, Chris? A victory thing?
Yeah, we're not doing a prestige mod, so it says you can discard it and draw a new one.
I'll let you know what I got. I have haste.
Good one.
I have nada.
Placeholder.
Dual wield.
Mm-hmm.
What was this one here? The man who has the lemons.
There's a story behind that card, but not generally useful. What else you got? Okay.
And happy holidays.
Cool. Most of your cards are shit, except for the haste. The haste is good. Everything else is expendable.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I want to go up to one of the teachers here, because we're in the Great Hall, so there's like teachers around, right?
Well, there's some, the teachers are generally teaching class. By the way, if you want to attend class, then you'll get a bunch of checks and shit. and then you can pretty much just fast forward to the weekend, in which point you can run around and explore. But there are some senior students hanging out, like 6-year students and shit. You could probably ask something to.
Oh, okay.
They generally have a benevolent outlook toward you because you're not part of the lockpick gang, as far as they know. Lockpick losers, as they call them here. And one of them goes, "Hail, Bobcat." He's also in House Bobcat. Take a card. He goes.
So I was curious, in case I wanted to get my hair cut, like if I thought it was getting a little bit too long, where would I go? He looks
at your super short hair and he says, "Barbershop."
Where's that? I'm new here.
Oh, yeah, sure. He says, "The barbershop is over in the Arthur P. Wimple corridor." Do you know where that is? It's got the statue of the weird dude.
Oh, I can find it, I think.
Okay, well, if you need help, just keep looking.
Oh, okay.
Great. Glad we had this talk.
Thank you.
You got any candy vouchers?
Nope.
He says. Okay, so what do you guys do?
We're going to go to the circular stairs down, which leads to the Arthur.
Great. You guys head over to the Arthur P. Wimple corridor. The barber is not a Clems. It's just some guy who shaves kids' heads and stuff.
I want to. Is he like there, like asking, "Hey, what do you want?" Or is there?
No, he goes, "Hey, what's up?" He's dressed like he works here type thing. He goes, "Yes, haircut? What?"
I ignore him and kind of like search the room.
It looks like it's the same kind of architecture, the kind of Gothic Baroque architecture of the rest of the school. There isn't even a back room. There's only 2 barber chairs, and then there's a bunch of empty chairs, like if they had to make a bunch of kids sit down.
So this isn't even the same shape of room, then?
No.
Okay.
Hello, he says.
I was curious, is there any maps of the school that I can find?
Yeah, we don't want to be late for class or anything. We're new here, and
not that I'm aware of. Didn't they give you the orientation already?
Well, yeah, but like we keep getting lost.
I understand. He pats you on the head and gives you each a sucker. He goes, "Off you go," as he kicks you back into play. Oh yeah, but you got a sucker out of it, so it's not all bad.
Since we're over here, we're going to go up to the library.
Okay. By the way, Chris, have I explained exploration in the bubble maps to you?
Not really.
Okay. It's super fucking easy. Like, for example, the library, you go, "Logan, we want to poke around the library." I may or may not ask for rolls and then just tell you other shit that you find, or like barriers. Like in the library, for example, in the Forbidden Stacks is a big locked gate. You can look past it because it's not a solid door or something, but you can't get past it unless you do something extraordinary or whatever. But just looking around, you don't have to go, "Logan, I searched the library 10 foot at a time, making the fucking D6 and 1 or 2. We're not running that bullshit. So I've made searching all the bubble maps very easy. You just pretty much have to go in the area and go, we poke around, we look around, we search it, whatever. You don't even have to say for what.
I definitely am wanting to go to the Forbidden Stacks in the trophy room just to check it out and look around.
No problem. You do in the first off, the trophy room, super easy. Some idiot who was naughty or whatever slept in too many times, sitting there shining trophies. They have a lot of the self-congratulatory, pompous trophies that the school gives itself for being in business and shit. The only interesting thing about the trophies is they only go back 7 years.
Okay.
As far as the forbidden stacks, you can see a picture of the books there. These are all the kind that are chained to the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
And looking in, you can see the floor is a little bit sparkly with runes and shit. So it looks like on the other side of the gate, some sort of runes and stuff are on the floor. Yeah, you're not sure what the deal is with those.
Can I analyze magic?
No, but you can give me a read ascetic 3 runes skill. This is you can try it also, John. This is how you get a check and learn. Learn is a fucking amazing stat to get up.
What am I rolling for?
Roll a super low roll. If you get super low, in your case like 13% or less, then I'll tell you. Otherwise, try it again later. Holy fuck you, Chris. Okay. You want to roll like Chris did. Go ahead, John. Just mash the fucking rolling button and see what happens.
No.
Okay. Chris, ascetic, runes, 3. If you want to make a note, these are Shadow Academy or whatever, that's fine. These runes specifically are sticky shoe runes. In other words, any shoes that touch these runes will be stuck to the runes until presumably freed by some force, spell, whatever. Interesting side note. Now you can make an analyze magic roll, Chris, since you are able to read the runes. You piece of crap.
Less than half.
Fuck you there. Right. The weakness of this spell is it only works on shoes. Now, as far as the iron grating and stuff, the iron grating is about 2 stories high. The roof is about 4 stories high. So it is possible to Mission Impossible over that, although it looks freaking amazingly touch and go. The easier way is if you had lockpicks and could get through the big old skeleton key type of lock.
Mm-hmm.
But then your shoes, if they touch the rune surface, will become stuck to the runes.
Okay.
Do I remember where we kept at that school bag? In case we venture out.
Yeah, you can take them over and show them.
I'll wait till we're done.
Okay. I was gonna say if see, it's a good idea. This is part of the making notes thing because since you're new, I'll give you a couple of memory rolls now and then. But eventually, you will have your own notebook full of shit. It'll be awesome. You'll be just like Chris, because I can tell you're the kind of motherfucker who likes to figure shit out, John, and know about shit. And this campaign is all about learning about shit, knowing about shit, and using information.
True that.
Mm-hmm. So. Right. Anything you've checked out a little bit of the library. You haven't really poked around it yet, but do you have any other specific or general shit you want to do while you're here? The librarian just kind of keeps an eye on you to make sure you don't try to climb up to the top of the gate and impale yourself on the spikes on top.
No.
Great. Well,
actually,
you gotta keep an eye on
this a regular lock? I actually want to pull on the lock and see if it's not just a fake lock.
It is a regular lock, and the librarian goes,
Yes?
Shoo, he says. If you want a book,
shoes.
I'll give you a book.
I'd look to see if there's any shoes in there.
There are none because they'd be stuck to the fucking floor. Now, another weakness is if somebody was to crawl on the shelf, although then they'd be kicking masses of books and shit, But yeah, shoes, only shoes. So the librarian shoos you away from the gate.
That's fine.
No problem. He does the 11 or 12-year-old glare at the librarian before moving on.
Okay, so now I want to go to the science tower.
All right. You guys walk up to the science tower. You are now at the science tower. The only thing that's not really listed on there that probably should be is you see the picture of these stairs and it says stairs continue up around the inside the tower, and right above it is written landing. Off of that landing, in addition to the up and up, there's also one of the teachers, Randy Rubicon's living quarters. Minor detail, but he does live somewhere and it's there.
Okay. I actually don't want to go there now. I mistakenly thought that there'd be something there and there's not. That's a middle finger.
No problem. He's taking you on a tour of the school right now, apparently there, Tom.
What the fuck is... I'm looking for where like the doctor is and like the where people go.
No, you mean the infirmary?
Yeah.
The infirmary is in the hospital wing, which is west of Dameron Corridor.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm. Southwest part of the map.
Ah.
Which one is that?
He's going for the hospital wing.
Hospital wing, doctor's office, nurse's office. Got it.
I don't see Hydra. So.
You don't see what?
I go to the political science classroom. I look in. I sigh because Geos isn't there, and then I go over to the hospital wing.
You miss him. No problem. In the hospital, you are now in the hospital wing. One of the nurses looks up and goes, "Are you okay? What's wrong? Come and sit down."
I sit down.
Yeah, she sees Tommy is with you. "Are you okay? Come and sit down."
Thank you.
No problem. She begins asking where the pain is and checking you guys out. And she's like, "Well, it must be nice to get out of classes, but I'm sorry you're feeling bad. What's the problem?"
My tummy hurts.
Take a card. It's better than going, "Ain't nothing wrong with me." No problem. Yeah. She's going to have you lay down and she gives you some horrible shit to drink and all that.
What was that rolling?
I don't know.
Give me a card. I'm used to rolling.
Yeah. No problem. Does your tummy hurt too? She asks you, Tommy.
I think it was something we ate.
Aha.
I think it was a lollipop that the librarian gave us made our tummies hurt. Maybe it was poison.
Don't be silly, she says. Right, you guys are reclining there. Yeah, there's other doors leading out of here, several, and there's extra shit in here. You haven't gotten an opportunity to investigate it because she instructs you to keep laying down, and then she sits there and writes, and she tells you you'll be able to go back to classes when your tummies feel better.
All right, I'm wanting to just chill here and hang out until, because I'm figuring she's eventually going to leave the room for something, and I'm going to ransack it since this is since there might be some kind of doctoring type things here, because I want to get things that would make lockpicks.
First aid kit? Oh, lockpicks?
Yeah, I figure. Yeah, well, because I figure thered be like a scalpel here or like.
Oh, I see. Instruments. Give me a luck roll lower is better for stuff that you can steal that will make lockpicks, and then when you do get the stuff, okay, jury rig at full. Yeah, the nurse eventually leaves.
Got it.
He leaps into action, and he's like fucking MacGyver's himself a lockpick set, and it lays back down. Goes, "Oh, my tummy hurts," and then the nurse comes back in, sees you guys are still laying down. Yeah, right. Eventually, the school day ends, and she says, "Do you want to stay here overnight, or do you want to go back to your common room?"
I'll go back to my room.
Okay. By the way, just to be nice, you guys are dressed in the school uniform. Your clothing didn't change, so it is a bit of a pain in the ass. I recommend putting extra uniforms down in the theater if you're going to be going back and forth. Your sleeves are red. So you guys wander off. Where to?
bird. Wait until it's a bit dark, until like after hours of the library.
Okay. Most of the kids have fucked off. The library closes, but they don't really lock it up. There are some students still in the library, like you, generally older students who are studying stuff or trying to make out with each other behind the stacks or whatever. But yeah, generally you got a decent amount of privacy there.
I turn it down. Right. What do you want to do? What do you want to do here?
I want to go to the forbidden books. They call to me. You don't understand. They just.
Oh, okay.
I twitch a little bit.
Yeah. It's like a sickness. You're thinking.
So what about sick. This? What about this guy I mentioned to you? We try getting him down. You want to try getting him down, or?
Actually, I'm also thinking that might be somewhere in here. If it's that big a deal that like it's guarded that well, maybe somewhere here might have clues to it. And we can do some research.
Yeah, because I mean, we stashed a school bag. We got some guns and stuff that you got to talk to make them work, and it's really weird shit. But
that you have to talk to make them work.
Yeah, you just say, shoot, damn it, and they makes this loud ass noise, and which kind of draws attention, but gets the job done when you need to.
Oh, interesting. We'll have to go check those out so I can analyze those. Let's go.
All right.
Are you going to the guns, or are you playing in the forbidden stacks?
The forbidden stacks.
Okay, you get up to the door. Seems to be locked, but you did succeed in your jury rig, so you're no negatives to pop that lock. I would like to point out there are posters in your common room about lockpick losers and death to lockpick losers, etc. How those came about.
Less than half.
He pops the lock like he's a habitual thief. Actually,
I want his dice rolls.
Oh yeah. No problem. It opens up. You can see the glyphs are kind of glimmering on the floor like reflected moonlight.
I take my shoes off. I walk on in.
Okay.
I'm just standing around watching, looking out.
Okay. No problem. Now, you discover very, very quickly there, Doc, there doesn't seem to be a card catalog. Many of the books are untitled, and the order seems somewhat sporadic.
Okay. Always start in the back.
No problem. He disappears around a corner, leaving you next to an open gate there, waiting for somebody to come by and catch you and haul you off, Tommy.
Yeah, but I don't want to get... I mean, he mentioned to me about these shoes getting stuck on the floor, right? So I'm not going to...
Oh, yeah, he took off his shoes, and I guess he just left them here next to you, or he's carried them away. I'm not really sure which.
All right, well... I guess I said to Doc, is it safe for me to do the same before he left?
I come back. Do you want to be inside or outside?
Oh, I don't want to get caught out here because I don't like what they do to you when they catch you.
And I don't know what they do.
From hearing from a couple guys I was with before, man, they put these kids away and lock them up.
Oh, that's no good. I pick up my shoes. Why don't you take your shoes off? Come on inside.
All right.
And then I'm just going to close the lock behind us since I can pop it open.
No problem. It locks behind you. You're at a plus 10% forever, Chris, to pick this fucking lock, this specific lock, because you know what the pins are.
Oh, man, you're pretty good at that shit, man.
I've been doing it for a while.
Holy cow.
You guys walk in. Pretty much you're now out of sight of everything, which gives you plenty of time. Go ahead and give me library research rolls or research to try to find anything interesting and shit.
I got it.
Anything special?
No, just got it.
You suck.
Although, if it would see... No, that's fine. I got it. Nothing special.
I think I got it too. I rolled a 20. You just verify.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I got it.
Got it. Now, here's some pictures from the restricted section that you can see there underneath your House Bobcat logo. Some of the books are individually chained shut, but as far as anything on the Chris, do you know the proper name of the thing that you're looking for?
The thing I'm looking for?
Yeah.
No, I was just looking to see what was back here, like what all is here.
There's a couple of books like the Handbook for the Recently Deceased, How to Hide Your Insanity. There's another book here. Let me unveil that, called Fish Fuckers. A lot of the books seem to be just kind of magical gibberish that really doesn't help you guys at all. It would help NPCs eventually and stuff, but nothing that would really help you guys, because you guys gain skills madly fast compared to them.
But are you looking for anything in particular, Doc?
Nothing written by Swift or nothing.
Not in this library. In fact, something you do find. Give me evidence analysis rolls. Yeah, something by Swift would be troubling.
And not so troubling at the same time.
You say 43. Where the hell would that be at?
Anybody make their evidence analysis?
Mm-hmm. I may have. I did.
Cool. This area seems pretty new to you guys. It's made to look super old, but it's less than a decade old. In other words, somebody had a bunch of really old shelves and really old books and combined them together to try to make it look like this has been around forever, but it hasn't. And it doesn't look like these restricted books are actually that valuable, or even a lot of them shouldn't even probably be restricted. They just look creepy and shit.
That's why I tell Tommy. I explain him everything. This stuff doesn't really look that valuable, man. I mean, if the books were even what they say they are.
Yeah.
Even the ones that are like locked closed.
One of the locked closed ones, give me a lockpick roll to pick the lock, because you notice that there's no title on the spine. You open it and it's on gardening. Not anything special either, just gardening, how to arrange flowers and shit. In other words, the guy who made his evidence analysis goes, it's a setup, it's a con job.
Is there, I relock it up.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a secret door from here to like a real?
You guys check around and shit. No. There doesn't seem to be within the restricted book section. Zero secret. Within the section you're not supposed to be in at all, there seems to be zero secret doors.
So this is just a place to capture people looking for this kind of thing.
Yeah, but I mean, generally, there's pictures of the rest of the library in case you're curious. Generally, though, if you have a restricted book section, you generally have books you don't want the students to get, as opposed to, these books look scary, let's stick them in this section and then put a big gate and shit like that. It makes no sense to you. I mean, yes, you might catch some students and deduct some points, but it seems kind of futile.
Yeah.
And strange. You're also starting to get nervous because you occasionally hear voices coming and then fading out, like stuff still going on outside of this little bubble of area.
When I start hearing things, I want to like try to listen, like see if maybe it's teachers or someone.
You heard a couple students snogging. You heard a couple of teachers who maybe were on patrol, maybe not. You're not sure. and one of them was saying, "So, any word of the lockpick losers?" Well, the next time that they're captured doing something like that sort of infraction, then you know what happens. Well, we can always use another couple of scarecrows. And then their voices fade away.
Okay.
Okay, whatever you want to do, Doc.
I wait till we don't hear noise anymore, and then I will lockpick us out of here.
Roll it. You're +10 for this lock. It's up to you to remember that this lock, should you ever want to come back. No problem. He pretty much goes, it's the under 60 seconds, gone in 60 seconds thing with the fucking lock here. Get you on out, closes up afterward. You guys put back on your shoes once you are clear of the runes of death. And yeah, what do you want to do now?
I want to look at the rest of the library, actually. Like maybe.
Give me a spot hidden roll.
Both?
Got it.